Happy New Year. Welcome to the first video of 2024. I am here with my smoothie, blueberry and mango and water. That's my laptop because I wrote some notes, so just that my head is not all over the place. This first video is about some lessons that I learned in 2023, and you can relate with me or not if you learn about the same things. If you did, please tell me in the comment section so I know that I'm not alone in this. And if you did not, you can tell me what you learned instead, because there's no way that the whole year we did not learn about a thing. We learned about just one thing, minimum. Sure, let's go. The first thing that I learned is to not take anything for granted. The simple fact that we can see with our 2 eyes, walk with our 2 feet, move our hands, have a smoothie, eat, name it. That is not to be taken for granted, because if you just look around, whether it is on social media or in your daily life, you can realize that there's a lot of people who don't have none of what you have. It's something that I can talk in another video, but I got I don't even know if I can say really sick in 2023, but I got to a point where I had to stay in a very dark room for weeks. I can talk about this in another video. Just thinking about it always makes me just want to cry, and I don't want that. I want to stay happy with my smoothie. I learned that the things that I take for granted, just to have the light shining on my face, is not to be taken for granted, because that is so important. Our skin needs it, our system needs it, we need it without even knowing. This year, these past days, since this year started, I am making sure, even as I am putting a spoon in my mouth, I am grateful for that simple act and for that food. Let me know if this is something that you learned as well, or if you learned it another way, or for whatever reason that you learned that, and however you learned it, please share with me, because I know we all struggle in this on a daily basis. The second thing that I learned is that God is always faithful even when it doesn't feel like it. We have to remember, and this is something that I had to work on, that the faithfulness of God is not something that has to be felt. It's not like when I feel like I'm sad, or when I feel like my heart is heavy, or when I feel like my eyes are hurting. The faithfulness of God doesn't have to be felt that way. It can happen sometimes that you feel like so wrong, like you're on another level of things, and then you know that this is God, like the Holy Spirit is touching you. But so many other times the faithfulness of God can be as you're not taking this for granted, like we just said, as you are having this movie, recording this video, or watching this. This is the faithfulness of God, to wake you up every single morning, because you are not better than the people that are already dead. We are no better. It's just because God decided that it is not our time yet, and it's only His grace that is keeping us up. God is faithful in our health, in our mind, in our soul, in our life, in our actions and words, and everything that we do and say needs to testify of the faithfulness of God. God has been faithful in my life, in my studies, in my family, and I believe that He will still be faithful this year. If you are grateful for the faithfulness of God, you can also testify in the comments. How has God been faithful to you? What has He done for you? Even like, what is it that He didn't do that shows you that He is faithful? Because so many times we think that God has to do things for us to know that He's faithful, but so many other times even the things that He's not doing show that He's faithful. You can testify as well in the comments. The third thing that I learned, because I wanted to keep this really short, is that I need to stay focused on love more than I am focused on hate. Unfortunately, the human body is so used to negative things, to negativity, everything that is not good, everything that is bad. That is what our mind is more focused on. But I have to learn that I am so much more loved than hated by, because just John 3:16 is the greatest proof of love, that even if around that verse I feel like there is hate, I should be focused on John 3:16. When sometimes it feels like in your circle or in your environment, at work, at home, at school, wherever you go, you feel like there's people hating on you, there's people, disappointing you, there's people not keeping the word towards you. You have to force yourself. This is a mental work, like this is a daily mental work, that I am loved. No matter what kind of hate that you see around you, should stay out of your focus so that you stay focused on the love of God. And this is something that I learned later in the year. I am keeping in the beginning of this year so that I can maintain it throughout the year and for the rest of my life. Because this is a life lesson. You need to focus on love more than hate. It all happens here. It all happens here. If you see that your mind is not focused on it, you have to tell yourself verbally, I am loved. Like, you have to shout it. Say it as you're walking, when you wake up, when you sleep, in your dreams. I am loved. So these are the 3 lessons that I learned in 2023. Of course, I learned way more than this, and I know you learned some other things as well. So yeah, put them in the comment section so that we can learn from each other. And something new that I wanted to do this year is to implement more French in my videos. I want to do bilingual videos because I also speak French. So everything that I say in English, I'm going to say it in French, but just like a recap. So it's going to be like 30 seconds to 1 minute of what I just said. Alors cette vidéo parlait de les leçons que j'ai apprises l'année passée en 2023. J'ai appris plusieurs leçons, mais j'en ai juste donné 3. La première, c'était que je ne dois rien prendre pour acquis. Alors même le fait de manger, de respirer, de marcher. J'ai eu une année super difficile au niveau de ma santé, où ce que pour des semaines je devais rester dans du noir. Mais je vais parler en détail peut-être dans une autre vidéo. Mais ça m'a vraiment permis de savoir qu'il n'y a rien que je dois prendre pour acquis. La deuxième chose que j'ai appris en 2023, c'est que Dieu est fidèle, même quand je ne peux pas sentir sa fidélité. Il faut savoir que la fidélité de Dieu n'est pas comme on sent toutes les autres émotions, comme quand je suis malade, ou quand j'ai mal au ventre, ou quand je sens que je suis triste, ou quand je sens que je suis contente. La fidélité de Dieu est une connaissance qu'on doit avoir. Même lorsqu'on ne se sent pas bien, on sait que Dieu est fidèle. C'est une connaissance et non un sentiment. La troisième leçon que je vais partager avec vous, que j'ai apprise en 2023, c'est de faire plus attention à l'amour qu'à la haine. C'est très facile pour moi en tant qu'humain de se focaliser sur la haine, sur comment est-ce que y a des gens qui nous font de la peine ou des choses qui se passent autour de nous qui nous causent la peine, mais de juste rester centralisé sur Jean 3 verset 16 qui nous parle de l'amour de Dieu et que toutes les choses qui sont autour ne valent pas autant la peine que l'amour de Dieu. C'est un exercice mental qu'on doit faire à tous les jours, toutes les minutes de notre vie pour savoir qu'on est aimé de Dieu. Alors j'espère que c'était un encouragement pour toi. Ça c'est un peu un résumé de qu'est-ce que je disais en anglais. Merci beaucoup d'avoir regardé jusqu'ici. Thank you so much if you watched till here. Stay safe, stay blessed, keep learning. Right. Happy New Year!